Number 21. Draw the line that goes through these points. We have 5 points here. And then we have to draw another line that is going through these 5 points. Okay, let's plot the points first. Let's plot the points. -8 and 4. -8 and 4. -6 and 3, -6 and 3, -2, 1, -2, 1, 4, -2, 4 and -2, 6 and -3, 6 and -3. Let's draw the line going through these points. We'll draw this line like this. And then through this point as well. And of course, oops. One more time. And don't forget the arrows. Same thing here. Okay, now we have to plot 5 more points. -2, -9, -2, and y is -9. -1, -7. -1, y is -7. -1, -3. 1 and -3. It's here. 3, 1. 3, 1. 5, 5. 5 and 5. Let's draw a point. Let's draw a line through all these points. Like this. And then past this point, and then the arrows indicating that this is a line that never ends. Okay, now we've done this. Now some questions. What are the coordinates for the point in which the first line is crossing the x-axis? So remember, the first line, -8, 4. -8, 4, it was this line. So where are the coordinates for the point in which the line is crossing the x-axis? This is the x-axis, and this is the line. So the line crosses the x-axis here. And the coordinates for this point is 0, 0. What are the coordinates for the point in which the first line is crossing the y-axis? Well, it's the same, because as we can see in the picture, this is the y-axis, and this line is crossing the y-axis here. It's the same point. So the answer here is 0, 0. What are the coordinates for the point in which the second line is crossing the x-axis? Okay, the second line is this one, and this is the x-axis. So if we just keep going like this along the second line, and we see here that second line is crossing the x-axis in this point. What are the coordinates? Well, we can see the x-axis 1, 2, and here's 3, so in between has to be 2.5. So the answer would be 2.5, and the y value is 0. So these are the coordinates for this point, would be the answer here. What are the coordinates for the point in which the second line is crossing the y-axis? Well, we can see that the line is crossing the y-axis here in this point. Oops, that was not a nice point. So, what's the coordinate for this point? Well, the x value is going to be 0 because it's here. So it's here, 0, and the y value will be, here it's -2, -4, -6. It's in between, so it's -5. So we have x is 0 and y is -5. Last question. What are the coordinates for the point in which the two lines intersect? Okay, where they cross. So we can see that they cross right here in this point. So what are the coordinates for this point? Well, we see that x is 2 here, and if we go to the y-axis, it's -1. So the coordinates for this point would be 2 -1 for this point, which would be the answer for the last question. Okay, draw the line described by y equals 3x over 2, and then draw the line that goes through these points. And then we have to answer all the questions. So this is basically the same thing as we did here, up here in this exercise. The only thing that is different that we have to draw the line, and we only have this formula, this function. So how do we draw this line described by this function? Well, let's try this. And here's the coordinate system. So remember, the function is y equals 3x over 2. So we can do like this. Y equals 3x over 2. I'll write the function up here. So basically we can just find an x value and a y value, and then we have 1 point. X value, we can always choose any value we like, for example 0, and then we put 0 in here. Remember that it's 3 times x. 3x is always 3 times x. So if we put 0 in here, it's 3 times 0, which is 0. And then 0 over 2 is 0. So y is also 0. Here we have 1 point. So this is 0, 0. Let's write it pretty close to the point. Let's do another one. Let's choose another value for x. We can choose, let's choose 2. So x is 2, then we put 2 instead of x. So 3 times 2, which is 6, and 6 over 2 is 3. So y would be 3. Here we have another point. So we have x is 2 and y is 3. This is the point 2, 3. Let's create one more. Let's choose another value for x, for example 4. So x is 4, we put 4 in the formula. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 over 2 is 6. So we have x is 4 and then y is 6 up here. Four, 6. Then let's see, let's read the exercise again. Draw the line described by this function. It doesn't say how many points we have to use. Actually, we only need 2 points in order to draw a line. So we can actually stop here, but you understand the procedure how to do this. We can create some more points here, and now you see the connection. We go 2 squares in this direction and 3 up. 2 this direction and 3 up. So next point down here would be 3 down and 2 to the left. Now we see that they would be on the same line. So the next point would be here. 3 down, 2 left, etc. So we could just draw the line. Let's start here and draw the line that is passing through these points. And then, of course, the arrow. So this is the first line that was described by the function y equals 3x over 2. And the second line, we have to plot these 4 points and then draw this line. And then it's the same thing as the exercise before. We have to see where the first line, this line, is crossing the x-axis and the y-axis. And then when we draw the second line, we will see where it crosses the x-axis and the y-axis. And the last question, we have to see where are the coordinates for the point in which the two lines intersect when they cross. So it's the same thing as exercise 21.